Good afternoon, everyone. This is my 2020 comic book wish list. It has been a very exciting year this last year, and had many good books. Including the Fantastic Fours here, and a couple other books that just too many to go into right now. And I just wish I had certain books back from CGC, but it is what it is. So here is my wish list for 2020 here. As I say, go big or go home, right? So a lot of these books, I am in no way in heck gonna be able to get all of them. Hell, I might even not be able to get a lot of them just because they're the kind of books that are just expensive. But it's best to have them written down and planned out just in case, the opportunity presents itself. I know what I want. So there are several books, and a lot of them are just either keys or collection needed for a run or just covers. So let's get down to it. Oh, okay, but before we do, actually, I would just like to say thank you to every single one of you on YouTube for making this possible. It just happened yesterday on New Year's Eve, and I'm super stoked to reach 300 subscribers. You guys are awesome. I cannot wait to get up there with the rest of the big boys at 1,000 plus. It's just awesome, and I can't wait. It is super exciting. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it. All right. So first and foremost, I'm an Amazing Spider-Man guy. So in reality, I want every single issue of Amazing Spider-Man. But the top priority here is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1, Issue 1 through 441. You see what I mean by not being able to get all of them? There's too many left in this first volume here for me to get all in 1 year. So I'm just going to say it right here and now that Volume 1, whenever I get the chance, I'm going to get a Volume 1 comic book of Amazing Spider-Man. So I will show a little later on here some of the specific books I want first if I can get a hold of it. But again, like I said, those are expensive books. All right. First on the list here, starting with the more easily attainable ones, is X Factor number 6, First Appearance of Apocalypse. I just am very interested in this book. Maybe it's because of the new X-Men Powers and House of X. Maybe it's just because of the movie. I liked Apocalypse. I want this. I've had a chance to buy the True Believers of it at my LCS, and I just passed it up. I want the real one. It's not going to be that expensive of a comic book. I want the real one, so I want that one. Next up is a cover from a comic from a movie. Avengers number 12, when Iron Man snaps the gauntlet. I wanted this beautiful, awesome cover. It's just so cool. So cool just to see it and look at this cover is awesome. Next is Sensational She-Hulk, issue number 34. The Vanity Fair, cover. As you can see, or you'll be able to see in gaps here, I got the Sensational She-Hulk, the Naked Jump Rope magazine issue. It was really cool. Sexy. And this is the other cover. I only wanted a handful of these Sensational She-Hulk covers. Mainly the first issue, the last issue, and these two sexy She-Hulk, Sensational She-Hulk comics. So, wanted this one, so just because I really like the cover, so wanted to get it. And speaking of sexy comic books, I don't collect Wonder Woman, but I really want Wonder Woman 72, this Bolin cover. I think this guy has done a very nice job. I've seen several of his covers on eBay, and he's by far my favorite of Wonder Woman's covers. Just how well of a job. I just really like it. Sexy as hell to me. Next up is a character background story. I want Thor number 169, The Origin of Galactus. Know a little bit about this from the History of the Marvel Universe 6-issue miniseries. but I just want to see what it's like in the comic books. I just really want this one. I just like it. I just am really interested, and I like the cover. So I like to pick up a Thor key now and then. All right, next up will be Amazing Spider-Man. Renew Your Vows, issue 1, the J. Scott Campbell cover. This is just a very sexy Mary Jane cover. God, I love how J. Scott Campbell does his girls. He does such a good job. But I have to have this one. Have to have this one. Even if I already have one or two of the issue 1 here, I have to have this cover too. Just a very pretty cover. Like I said, don't normally collect X-Men, but I want X-Men issue 101, this Phoenix key. Just very interesting. Maybe again it's because it's a key. It's a moment from a movie. I remember something like it. Just one of those covers I just want. It calls out to me, whether for a reason I understand or not. I just want to have it. So definitely want this one. And I want X-Men 164 here. First binary. I have this in the True Believers, but if I can get my hands on a affordable and not overpriced X-Men 164, I definitely want it. I like Captain Marvel and all her aspects. When she as the dark Marvel or dark Captain Marvel, and she's all that, and Miss Marvel, and especially Miss Binary here, I find it very interesting character. So if I can get this one, I want to get it at an affordable price, but only if it's affordable. Next up, continuing the She-Hulk comics on the wish list, I want Savage She-Hulk #1 here. I know it's coming out on I had the chance to buy Sensational She-Hulk, or Savage She-Hulk, #1 here at my first Comic-Con this last year for like $70, but I had other books I was more interested in at the time, like trying to get my hands on as many Amazing Spider-Man comics as I could, and it just wasn't important to me at the time. It's still on. There's still others I'd rather get ahead of the list. If I don't get this one for a couple more years, I'm not going to cry or anything about it. It is what it is. There's other more important books I want on the list, like this one, Superman #149, I believe. 149. The a Death of Superman. Superman 75 is my favorite comic book ever, I think. And I really, really like it. And so this hypothetical another Death of Superman, I really want it just because of the story. I really want to know the story. It's interesting to me. So, and to continue on, I want Action Comics 221 here, the very first Action Comics in the Silver Age. I love early Action Comics, and my favorite of them, and just really, really interested in this issue. So, and I want Superman issue 241, the first from Fortress of Solitude. So, I like my Action Comics as well. It's where I actually started out collecting before I got into Marvel as Spider-Man. So, I'm still staying true to my roots in my very beginning of collecting. Another comic I don't get too many of this character, but I want this one, is The Flash #139, the first appearance of the Reverse Flash. This is my favorite Flash villain. I think people like Captain Boomerang and the Trickster and Commander Cold, or at least in the animated cartoon, Justice League version of that, were stupid. Captain Cold in the Flash TV show. Now, he was cool. But otherwise, the other portrayals of Captain Cold were dumb to me. But the Reverse Flash, now that's a villain. That is a villain that I can just love to hate. Kind of like a Darth Vader for me, except he's in yellow. Another comic I want to get, if I can get my hands on it here, is Iron Man #1. It's really like this cover of Iron Man. Just really, really cool. If I can get my hands on a cheap copy, low grade, obviously, I don't want to break the bank on this cover. I'll be more than happy with a low grade 1.0 on this, just to have it in my collection. I think it'd be fun to have. And I really, really want Thor 126 here. This is classic cover, and it's really, really classic cover, and I love it because it's I believe it's where it turns from Journey into Mysteries into Thor. So that's why I want this cover a lot. So I want that transition, that first Thor comic book, as it were. And next up is Thor number 300. Like Amazing Spider-Man 300, I like the 300s. It's me. That's just the reason why I want Thor 300. So it's really, really want it. And to continue on the early appearances, I want Captain America 100 here. It's where was it Tales of Suspense or something? But this is when it turned into Captain America 100, which is basically Captain America number 1. I don't know why some characters like Iron Man got to start over at issue 1, and everyone else just continued on. Thor in the 120s. Hulk, I think, transitioned to 101. So I don't know why they did what they did with some. I don't know, maybe it was like a luck of the draw. And again, and going on to others, Avengers number 4. Again, this is a book I'm going to get, if I get it at all, as a low grade and as cheaply as I can. So, but it's on there because I like Captain America. He's like my favorite Avenger, I think, out of all of them. He's my favorite Avenger, including Amazing Spider-Man, just because I like Spider-Man when he fights more solo, I guess. I don't really see him as a full-time Avenger kind of a thing. I like Captain America as a part of the Avengers, so that's why I want this one. If I can get it, I'll get it, and if not, it'll remain on the wish list. And the other Avenger book I want is Avengers number 8, first appearance of Kang the Conqueror. If I remember correctly, he's a descendant of Reed Richards in the future. I just like the yellow shield here on the cover, on the thing. Like, yeah, this little ball shield of light is going to protect him when they can't go around. It is what it is in that regard. And the last two books before we start on my pure Amazing Spider-Man wish list for 2020 here is two very low issue Fantastic Four books that I have my eye set on. I want Fantastic Four number 3. I could have gotten this book here a couple months ago on eBay for like $300, I think, and it might even have been graded for, I think, at the time, CGC graded, but I couldn't justify it with other bills or the things I wanted to get. I just couldn't justify it at the time, and so it passed me up. But I like the idea of Fantastic Four from their first appearance in their uniforms, their new uniforms outside of regular clothes, and in the fly in their car, that we see in the Fantastic Four Silver Surfer movie. And another book that I pretty much can guarantee I will not get, just because of the other expensive books that are on my wish list, would be Fantastic Four number 5. First appearance of Doctor Doom. I got his first appearance outside of Fantastic Four in Amazing Spider-Man number 5, that's currently at CGC. And technically I could get this one. I won't explain how, just in case I do decide to do it. And I wouldn't want another person who thinks like I do to scoop my idea and before I decide one way or the other on it. So a little bit of a misdirection in a video here for fun. All right, now for my 2020 wish list for Amazing Spider-Man. First up, I have Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1, first appearance of the Sinister Six. It's a number 1 Amazing Spider-Man. Why not get it? Why not get Amazing Spider-Man number 1 here? Again, books that, if I got even one of these books, I most likely couldn't get another one of these huge books on my list. But it's here just to be a priority over the others list. I also have Amazing Spider-Man number 2 and Amazing Spider-Man number 3. Now, given the choice between 1, 2, or 3 right now, I would want to go after number 3 here first. And the reason for that being, 3 is the day of the month I was born on, and I consider it my lucky number, my favorite number. So Amazing Spider-Man number 3 would probably be my favorite Amazing Spider-Man comic book, if I can get it. So, alright, where was I? But, Amazing Spider-Man number 3 and Amazing Spider-Man number 4 here. So, if I could get the top 5 issues of Amazing Spider-Man, it would be awesome. Even if I have the rest of my run incomplete from 1 to current, it would be awesome to get those. Alright, and also Amazing Spider-Man number 6 here. First appearance of the Lizard. Amazing Spider-Man number 11. You know, an early Doctor Doom. Not Doctor Doom, Dr. Octopus. I really like it. And I already have this one here. Amazing Spider-Man number 55. But it's an incomplete. It's missing Doctor Doom's forehead because of what the article thing that was or the whatever it was in the cover that was, you know, cut out and people would return. So I technically have it, but I want a full cover copy, so that's why this is on there. And I have the first cover appearance of Gwen Stacy, so naturally I want the first cover appearance of Mary Jane Watson here. You know, I have this in a Marvel Tales, but I wanted eventually to replace it with the first copy of Amazing Spider-Man. And Amazing Spider-Man number 86 here. I want it for, you know, the first Black Cat. Not first Black Cat, first, you know, Black Widow in the in Spider-Man with her new costume, I believe. So I just really want this one just because I like the Avengers and Spider-Man's comics. So, and Amazing Spider-Man number 121 here. I believe it's 121. I want this one just because Death of Gwen Stacy. Very attractive yellow cover, floating heads, really, really cool. It's really, really cool. Again, this is one I have in a True Believers. I found it in a garage sale, but I want it in the real, you know, Amazing Spider-Man, not just a reprint title. I also want Amazing Spider-Man number 124, first appearance of the Man-Wolf, so I can belong to the Wolf Pack as well as the Given Gang. Like this cover a lot. If I can get a, you know, Amazing Spider-Man number 129, first Punisher. Tall Tale, more just Tall Tale books. I want 210, first Madam Web. I just love this cover. I love Madam Web in that in the TV show. Just it has my attention. Just I love this cover. Just love Madam Web. And probably the most important book on this list to me is Amazing Spider-Man 300. I want this book back. Yeah, I want Amazing Spider-Man number 2 back, but for some, this is more attainable than number 2, and I have to get this one back. I'm going to get this one back one way or the other, so this is just love the 300 cover. Love it. Amazing Spider-Man 375. I've seen this comic several times in LCSs, but I've always passed it up because, again, other books just were more important to me at the time. And last but not least, Amazing Spider-Man 607. I believe J. Scott Campbell cover again. Just a very, very sexy cover of Black Cat. Love this cover. Her wearing Spider-Man's uniform is just sexy as hell. Alright, so that's my 2020 wish list. So hopefully at the end of the year, 2020, my hindsight will be pretty good and I'll have gotten most of the books. So I cannot wait to see what this year's collecting looks like. So wish me luck and comment below. Out of every comic I've shown, give me like a top 3 do you think I should go after? Give me a top 3 of your favorite books on this list that you think I should go after first. You know, help me narrow it down from whatnot. You know, maybe even throw in a 4th for if money is no object. You know, kind of a thing that you'd go after on the list. So, thank you for watching the video. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscriber button if you're not a subscriber, and help me get up to 400 and 500 and up, you know, subscribers, because I don't know when I'm going to do my next contest. Right now I have my heart set on 500, so we're about 200 people away. So hopefully I can get up there soon so we can launch another contest, because I've had a blast doing these. So thank you everyone for watching. It means the world to me. I appreciate it so much. And as always, happy collecting. I'll see you guys next time.